Hello Rio, my name is Dr. Keith Gilbert. I'm a professor in the School of Health, Sport and Bioscience at the University of East London, and I'm also the co-editor of the book Sustainability in Sport along with my friend Jill Savory. And I'm here at the International Summit of Sport Sustainability and Sport for Peace to provide an explanation to you of the definition of sustainability in sport and also to provide comments re the current directions of sustainability in the sporting realm. As such, I'm also commenting about my latest book, Sustainability in Sport. Anyway, more about the book later. Traditionally, sport can be viewed as the encouragement of human effort in harmony with the natural environment. After all, sport was developed in outdoor settings by taking advantage of nature and the available water, land, and fresh air. Over time, international elite sport has emerged along with its prerequisite sports development activities, major sports events, and worldwide sponsor and media attention. With regard to the environmental sustainability, the relationship between sport and the environment has been compromised by the dawn and subsequent rise of elite sport and contemporary major sporting events, as well as issues such as urbanization and associated pollution. It is clear that without a clean environment, athletic achievements are certainly hampered. Athletes cannot perform to their best when the air they breathe is polluted, nor when contamination enters their training grounds. Health, then, is of primary concern to most athletes. Athletes are now speaking out to protect the environment and are encouraging further requirements by major sport events and organizations to mitigate environmental impacts and provide sustainable solutions. Modern sports events and their associated venues, whether natural or man-made, impose a significant impact on the environment. Even venues located in natural areas such as ski slopes and trails require alteration of the natural landscape. Athletes, coaches and officials travel to national and international competitions on planes, trains, buses and cars, all of which emit climate-changing greenhouse gases. The sporting goods industry produces a plethora of sport products that require natural resources. Spectators travel to events and also purchase sporting goods and event merchandise, and athletes require sports equipment in order to compete. Now, all of these activities have environmental consequences, including the removal of natural vegetation, the pollution of land, water and air, energy and water consumption, and waste production. Large sporting events such as the Tour de France, the FIFA World Cup, and the Olympic Games have tremendous impacts on the environment. Building new and improved infrastructure and venues utilizes resources and raw materials. An additional capacity for energy and water really has to be developed. So hundreds of thousands of people must be moved into, around and out of host cities, causing an increase in greenhouse gas emissions. Spectators, athletes and volunteers eat, drink and consume, all of which result in the need for increased waste disposal facilities, causing the ecological footprint of sport and associated events to grow exponentially throughout the last century. Sustainability is a holistic concept with much more depth than just environmental considerations alone. In a broad sense, sustainability refers to a holistic perspective that harmonizes social, economic, and environmental dimensions and systems and balances opportunities and constraints. Sustainability has become a well-used term of late, and a multitude of definitions abound. So in this talk, I'm attempting to develop a stronger definition of the notion of sustainability in sport, which encapsulates the complexity of the issues. So if we look at a definition of sustainability in sport, the World Commission on Environment and Development, a body derived from the United Nations, created a report entitled Our Common Future. It was submitted to the General Assembly of the United Nations in August of 1987. This Brundtland report outlined global environmental concerns and related development challenges, and attempted to address these issues relative to necessary future actions to promote an improved quality of life while protecting the planet's ecosystems. The link between environment and development was emphasized repeatedly, noting the particular interrelationship between poverty and the environment. And the report's introduction states, the environment does not exist as a sphere separate from human actions, ambitions, and needs. The report called for the prevention of environmental degradation associated with development activities versus the repair of environment after these activities have occurred. Most importantly, the report became known for its definition of sustainable development and argues that humanity has the ability to make development sustainable to ensure that it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The concept of sustainable development does imply limits, though. Not absolute limits, but limitations imposed by the present state of technology and social organization on environmental resources, and by the ability of the biosphere to absorb the effects of human activities. The report goes on to state that it will only be possible to meet these objectives if we take into account the long-term impacts of our resource use. Sustainability means consuming resources now at a rate that will allow similar yields in the future. Given the global environmental problems that plague the planet, such as deforestation, climate change, and contamination, we in the sports field must foster the common understanding and common spirit of responsibility. Responsibility for our environment and with regard to the impacts of our actions. Sustainability has since become a well-used term in various disciplines around the world. However, many definitions of sustainability exist, and it is necessary to define sustainability in a relevant way to promote clarity for this Congress. The Random House Webster's College Dictionary defines sustain as follows: to keep up with or keep going as an action or process, or to maintain. As sports people, are we simply aiming to keep our human race going in some direction associated with our current state? Or do we seek more for future generations than maintaining the status quo? Rather, if our aim is to improve the human condition throughout time, might we choose to leave future generations with more opportunities rather than just the same opportunities that we have now? Maintenance is not the only key to sustainability in sport then. We may not be able to alter the terminology we have grown accustomed to using, but the following definition of sustainability can incorporate fostering a society that allows individuals the capability to enrich their lives well into the future. A widely cited definition of sustainability by Savory is perhaps the most comprehensive and argues that sustainability is the configuring of civilization and human activity so that we are able to meet our needs and express our greatest potential in the present while preserving biodiversity and natural ecosystems, and planning and acting for the ability to maintain these ideals indefinitely. However, David Chernyshenko, a recognized sustainability specialist, provides the following definition for consideration as applied to sport. Sport is sustainable when it meets the needs of today's sporting community while contributing to the improvement of future sports opportunities for all and the improvement of the integrity of the natural and social environment on which it depends. I feel that the definition by Chernyshenko best fits the purpose of our needs in sport, and that it is appropriate to consider this definition as paramount in our ensuing discussions and theoretical considerations regarding the current status of the emerging university discipline of sustainability in sport at this Congress. Thank you for listening, and I hope the following presentations today are fruitful and enhance your understanding of sustainability in sport. Thank you very much.